BosBabes here tonight. Thank you all for joining us. We do have a very awesome holiday special. At least we think it's awesome. We've put some good work into it, and we're excited. If it's your first time joining us, then you've definitely picked a great place to start. Tonight we're going to be recapping all of 2019. We have done a lot this year in getting this company, started and off the ground, and we're so excited to have all of you guys joining us. Tonight we also have several special guests that are here with us. We have Alicia Capone, who is going to be telling us some really exciting news that she has to share. Some of you may have already seen it, so we're really happy to have her in studio as one of our special guests. And then we also have Nick Taziopoulos, who you may remember. We're going to be showing his episode tonight, so we're very excited to share all of this with you. But what a year we've had so far, Brittany.
This year literally has been incredible. Working with you as a partner and seeing this grow from the ground up has been such a wild experience. And and when I say wild, it's been a roller coaster. There's been good times and there's been bad times.
But that's any business, right?
That's any business, that's any friendship, that's any relationship. And the best thing is we've learned to work through it, and we're growing as people and as individuals. And honestly, I wouldn't be doing this with anybody other than you, and I'm happy to be here.
So we can't start this off with happy tears. That's not fair. But no, in all seriousness, it has been a lot. So it's really nice to be able to have this and to share it all with you guys. So, we asked what some of your favorite moments were from the year. So we're going to get into that tonight. We're going to recap some of our favorite social media highlights with some of your favorite athletes that we got to talk to and ask them some fun questions. I know we found out how Sweet Feet got his nickname, so that's going to be coming up with an awesome surprise. But, the first things first, I know that we just introduced Alicia at the very top of the show, and she has some really exciting news that is just in time for the holidays. You are going to have a big year of planning ahead of you, little Missy.
Yes.
So show us that, Nick. Yeah.
I recently got engaged, which is so exciting. I've been waiting forever, so...
Which was really exciting because it's funny. I remember the last time that, you were in studio, we were talking about that and we were just saying, oh, I think he's the one, and then next thing you know, boom, there it is. So to help walk me through this whole experience, tell me every single detail from that day.
It still gives me the chills, and I blacked out when it was happening, so I've had to watch.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, I've had to watch the videos and look at the pictures 100 times. But so I got to the game in the morning. We get there about 5 hours early, and we always right away sit and talk with our coach about the plan for the day, what's going to happen during the game, before the game, what events do we have, the routines that everyone's doing. So they did a great job. My coach and assistant coaches told all of us, the girls had no idea. We all thought the same thing, that it was the salute to service game. So they told us that myself and Andrea would be walking a retired vet through a player tunnel of girls to his sergeant or someone that was basically re-enlisting him into the military. So they had us practice this all before the game. So I thought it was, yeah. So we all went into it thinking that. And then I guess at halftime, I must have been in the bathroom or I don't know where I was, but the word got out from our coaches and told the girls that what was actually happening. So I had no idea because they had to hold the sign. So she needed to tell someone you have to hold this sign or whatnot. Yeah, so I still had no idea. And then now looking back, no one was talking to me third and fourth quarter of the game. And I think, and they're if we talk to you,
they would spill the beans.
We were going to explode. Yeah, they were so excited. They were we couldn't look at you or talk to you. But it was just all these little hints. At halftime, they were telling me, oh, you put more makeup on and some lipstick. You look like you are washed out because it was a rain game.
Oh, yeah.
And one teammate, Nicolette, came behind me and started brushing my hair because it was all wet and from the rain. So but I didn't realize, I thought it was weird that they were doing that, but I didn't think anything of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jeez, I must look like crap. Jeez, what's happening?
And so then the game ended, and we're in our positions. I'm waiting for this, vet to come and for me to walk him through a player tunnel of girls. And Andrea is next to me. She's hugging me because I guess I was turning a lot, and my whole family and Sean's family were in the stands, and they didn't want me to see them. They were right in the front row, and they thought that I was going to look and see them. So
Oh,
so yeah,
sneaky.
then they turned me around, and all of a sudden I saw signs in the air. But you know when you look at something, you don't realize, like, you don't process what's happening. So I was looking at it, kept reading the sides over and over again, and then at first I'm like, am I getting punked? Like, because an hour before I got proposed, I was talking to one of the girls, asking her, like, when are you getting engaged? And she was asking me, and I said I'm 99.9% sure it's happening in February. So after that happened, she came up to me and she's like, how about that 0.1%?
It got you.
So, no, it was awesome. I don't remember what Sean said. And I remember, though, after I walked up to him, I'm like, I don't even remember if I said yes, but yes. I was just so shocked.
Sure.
Yeah, and it was so
That's
cool.
funny.
It was an awesome... I think my favorite part of it was to see how excited my family and friends were. Like, they were just genuinely as happy as Sean and I, and that's something that I will never forget. Like, it gives me the goosebumps.
So sweet.
I
But,
thought it was really cute walking up here earlier with your mom in the elevator. She's actually here in studio. And speaking of being happy but not happy about the weather,
Yeah, what was that decision that went into picking that specific day? Was it like an important day for you guys, or was it just...
No, well, my aunt from Italy was here, so I think he
gotcha.
wanted her to be there as
That is so
well.
sweet and
He
so
knew how
thoughtful.
important she was in my life, and yeah, and then I think it was the one game he could get everyone, like all my family and his family, together before the holidays.
yeah, your mom was actually mentioning that
Yep.
he had texted everybody prior and said, hey, I have a bunch of tickets for this day. Are you able to come? And I guess your mom said that she didn't want to go because she didn't want to be stuck
Yeah.
in the rain?
in the rain and in the cold.
Patriots
And she said she only wanted to go to a game that was from like September through October, which I can agree with that because I don't like to feel cold either, and I know Emma doesn't as well. So
Yeah.
I completely agree with not wanting to sit in the cold, but I'm happy that your family did end up going and they
Yes.
didn't know what was going to happen. So I think that's a special surprise.
Yeah, and it happened at the end of the game, so I give them a lot of credit for watching that whole... I mean, they won, so that was awesome, but they had to stand out in the rain the whole entire time just for that moment, and that's
is
all they
so
could think of.
sweet.
Yeah, so it was really cool. It was really special.
And I love the fact that he included like your whole family in it
Yes.
too. Like, that is just so awesome to do that. And I remember that was like one of my favorite parts was like, and it's so funny because you're telling me the story and there's so many like similarities that I'm just cracking right up. Of course, ours was definitely not on the field at Gillette Stadium, but it was on a beautiful beach in Florida. And I remember one of my best friends was like, you need to brush your hair, like you need to get dressed, like, and she forced me into a dress in like 40-degree weather on the beach in Florida. And I was like, girlfriend, like,
Yeah.
okay, you know what? All right, if this is what we're doing, you want to take a picture, okay. And I remember getting there, and it was the same thing. I just like blacked right out, and I started backing up because I was so excited, and I freaked out. He was like, "She's saying no. She's running away. She's gonna run into the ocean like that." she doesn't know, and I can't tell you to this day. Like, neither one of us know what we said, but
Yep.
there are pictures and videos, and everyone's just like screaming. But the fact that there's family there. That is a moment that you guys, like, your whole family gets to cherish forever. I happy
Yes.
cried when I saw your pictures.
And on that, it was funny. The Patriots actually tweeted the video of us getting engaged that they took.
That is so
and I
special.
guess people were commenting because I was so excited and in shock that, like, at first I backed away and then my coach pushed me, but I was just like in shock of what happened. And of course I said yes, and I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with him. But people were commenting like, "Oh no, she didn't." Like, want to say yes, like
Oh
she
my
backed
gosh,
away.
no.
And I'm like, no, that's just who I am. I was like so in the moment, like
It's genuine
overwhelmed.
shock.
Yeah, I was so shocked. So yes, I want to spend the rest of my life with Sean. It's a yes. I wasn't forced to say yes.
That is the cutest.
Yeah.
That's the cutest. I love it. Okay, so I'm sure that you guys, it's very, very recent. I don't know how much planning, if any, you guys have done so far. Do you have anything that you can tell us about what your thoughts might be?
Well, so we are planning January 1st, actually sit down and start figuring out like venues to look at. And our goal is by February 1st to at least have a place and a date. We're definitely thinking 2021 to give us just enough time.
Perfect.
So either April or like June. So
Is the sister going to be the maid of honor?
She already had.
You already pre-warned her. It's
she-
going to be a wild party.
I already had like so many presents because she lives in New York. She was there for the proposal. She would have killed Sean if she wasn't. So luckily she was there. But I've already had so many gifts from her, like little Etsy stuff already. So she knows. She's just waiting for me to give her a little box or something, So it's coming, Dario. But Yeah, she's super excited.
And speaking of Sean, I know he's also involved with the Patriots organization. He's involved with the scouting. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so for the past 4 years, Sean was part of the scouting player personnel department. He was the lead software engineer for the New England Patriots, so he worked a lot with the scouts and the coaches with the data that they collected, making them, certain apps. But he is now part-time, and then in February will officially be done with the Pats to start his own company and start his own new adventure. So
I remember seeing you guys at the ring ceremony.
Yes.
And I remember seeing him with the big ring and you with your pendant necklace, which I thought was really cool.
What a cool thing to share as a couple.
it is awesome. Yeah, Sean has 2 Super Bowl rings and an AFC championship ring from
my
the
gosh.
Pats. So he's all blinged out. And then I have my pendant, which is awesome. So yeah, it's been really cool as a cheerleader to experience it with him. But before I made the team, he was a part of the Patriots. So I've gone to 2 Super Bowls with him before I even made the team. So that was
that's
really,
so
it's really
awesome.
cool to experience it, a Super Bowl as a cheerleader and then also just as a guest, so.
Oh, that's so awesome.
That's cool.
Now, you also, on top of all of this, because as if like all this excitement of being an NFL cheerleader and an engagement isn't enough, you also held this really awesome event at the Prudential. So we have some pictures where Strong Her Org, which is your organization that you share with your sister, lit up the Prudential. Look at that pink.
Oh,
I love
awesome.
it. How
I love
happy
it.
are you about that? Tell me about this. And you guys got to turn on the big light
Yes.
too, which is so fun. What was this experience like?
It was so amazing. So the Prudential Center does this every December where they pick 31 nonprofits to be a part of this special event. And so it's called 31 Nights of Light. So each night in December, a nonprofit, it's their night to light up the Prudential, their color, to bring awareness to their organization. And so we're so fortunate to get chosen for December 11th. And I think the Prudential is such a staple in Boston. So for it to shine pink for our organization, I had so many people sending me videos and pictures of just driving by, like on their way home from work. So that was like so special and so cool. And they let us host a little event right in the center court of the Prudential just to bring awareness. It was a free event open to the public. People coming out of work or just going into the Prudential to shop got to stop by, buy tickets to our raffle calendar, learn more about our organization. We had live music. We had Patriots cheerleaders there. Miss Rhode Island, Miss Mass came.
I saw that.
Yeah, so it was
So cool.
It was really awesome, and a lot of friends and family and strangers came to support us. And I mean, that's the beauty of Boston. Everyone's just so supportive and willing to help give back. So it was great.
So for those people who don't know what Strong Her is, can you give us a little brief rundown? I know we've had you on
Yes.
before,
Yes.
but for some people this is their very first time, so we want to make sure they get
Of course, yeah.
all the background.
So, as I mentioned before, I have a twin sister, Daria. So, her and I...
Your maid of honor.
My maid of honor, Daria. Her and I started this nonprofit. It's called Strong Her, and the mission is to empower young girls to have the self-confidence and mental toughness to achieve their goals and overcome life's obstacles. So, very quickly, we basically put on workshops where we teach girls life skills, and it could be anything from public speaking to meditation and yoga, how to deal with mental stress management and positive mindset. So we host a workshop and just teach them these skills that they might not learn in school. So it's really awesome.
See, I
Very
love
rewarding.
that. I love that someone is doing that, and I love that it's you guys too. That is
you.
awesome. So, also here tonight, since we are kind of recapping our whole year, we do have somebody else very special in studio tonight. And tonight is a night of really positive, happy announcements, which of course I love that we're kind of celebrating everything that happened in 2019 and going into the new year with new big exciting things. I love this for 2020. So we have Nick Tasiopoulos in here with us tonight. So welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So you have a big announcement that you are going to be sharing here tonight with all of us. Can you tell us what it is?
Yeah, so I was also recently engaged about 5 months ago or so, but I'd say arguably more importantly, we have a young boy on the way.
It is a boy.
We're
Oh,
super
yay.
pumped.
We're going to
So
be getting him into hockey. You're going to get him into hockey right away. They're already
yeah.
talking about the Olympics.
Everything's ready to go.
Congratulations. Do you have any names picked up that you can share with us?
For our first one, we're going with Jackson.
Jackson. Oh, love it. Now, you said for the first one, are we...
For the first one.
All right. Okay. So more to come, maybe, huh?
More to come.
Ah, I love that. That is so sweet. So this is really, really exciting, and this is, you know, a big, big thing. How's your family doing with it? Is everybody super excited?
Yeah, everyone's excited. Between cousins or direct family, I'm the oldest out of everyone. So I'll be the first one to have a kid. So everyone's kind of, you know, been waiting. A lot of my sisters, cousins, they all babysit. So everyone's kind of chomping at the bit to get involved. Super excited, for sure.
And how's Mama doing?
Oh, she's doing. She didn't get really sick, so that was great. Just a lot of fatigue.
Nice.
So I know she's well into the second trimester now, which they say you're kind of back to even keel. But she's been great, strong, and hasn't been sick or anything.
Bravo. Oh my gosh, good for her. I think that's what everybody is like dreams of,
Yeah,
right? Oh, that's awesome. Well, congratulations to you guys both. That is so exciting. But, you know, on top of your personal life as well, you guys are, you know, engaged to be married. Do you guys know if you guys have plans for the wedding, or is that going to be kind of on hold for a little bit while you figure out the baby?
Yeah, no, so we kind of planned everything out all along. We knew.
Perfect.
We knew, yeah, we wanted to kind of have our first kid versus, you know, waiting 2 more years on top of all that to have the first one. You know, and you're only going to be older at their high school or college events or whatever.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get the ball rolling. So we actually have September 18th planned out actually locally right here at Granite Links.
Oh my gosh. That's going to be so
awesome.
amazing.
I was looking at Granite Links. You have to let me know how it goes.
Oh,
yeah,
see?
it looks awesome, so we're pumped.
So I feel like we all can kind of talk in this corner over here. If you guys have any questions, let me know.
Yes.
Let me know. I have a lot of experiences that I've been through both as a bridesmaid and as a bride, so I'm more than happy to share any questions you guys have. There are some wild things that will happen that you're just like, really? People do this? This is a thing? It's kind of crazy. But, you know, on top of all of that awesomeness that you guys have going on, you also have your own charity that you've been running. Can you talk to us a little bit about it? And then we're going to roll some footage actually from the event that we attended.
Yeah, sure. So briefly, because I always like to kind of shed light on it, 5 years ago, we started the Lieutenant Derek Hines game, which was for actually a teammate of mine at Babson. His brother played hockey at Army. They are required to serve right after, and he was killed in the line of duty afterwards. So we always ran that game with a lot of NHL guys, had veterans playing, anything like that. So from there, it kind of grew, and year after year, we were doing that. And then the year that Michael Chesno was killed in Weymouth, we decided, we had a lot of local families at that point playing for our program, and people were kind of saying, what can we do? So we were able to put together a really cool game where we kind of transitioned it over to that. We still stay involved with the 5K that Lieutenant Derek Hines Fund runs every year, but we've taken full on. We have Charlie Coyle involved as well, and my brother, a lot of great people in Weymouth. The Macaulay family there, where we kind of started up and, you know, winged it the first year, and now it's kind of a thing every year. There's like a waiting list for all the cops that want to play every year.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's super cool, yeah.
And we actually got to go there ourselves. Brittany and I were, you know, right there, right by the ice, which was a really cool experience. We got to talk to both Matt Greslick and Charlie Coyle. We are going to take you guys behind the scenes to show you some of what they said about giving back to their local community. Well, the arena is packed here tonight in Braintree at the Thayers Ice Arena for the Hold the Line charity event featuring Weymouth Police and Fire facing off.
There's a star-studded lineup here tonight, guys. We're going to go take you behind the scenes. Right now, we're going to go hit the ice.
The Hold the Line hockey tournament stands behind our police, fire, and rescue workers that day in and day out show up to protect their local communities.
We started up the militia about 7 years ago. It was a game that, you know, I've played my whole life, and guys like Charlie Coyle and such that were a couple years, you know, younger than me were able to pick up the slack when I was too old to play. You know, when Sergeant Chesno was killed, that was kind of a chance that we saw with all our relationships with the pros to be able to put something together and, you know, rally the community. And we have people from all over the state, all over New England that come out for the officers. It's kind of a chance of a lifetime to skate with the NHL guys, and the NHL guys, you know, never hesitate to come out and skate with these guys.
Who are these NHL guys exactly? On this year's lineup, local Charlestown native and Boston Bruins player Matt Greslick was one of them.
I grew up, I was always around the Charlestown rink with, you know, my friends. We had a kind of a small circle. We'd always play hockey together. And yeah, I think it's really important to, you know, having grown up here and seeing how important it is for, you know, us to kind of give back to the community, especially the younger kids who kind of look up to us.
Also on the Knights roster was Charlie Coyle, another Boston Bruins player who just so happens to have attended their academy himself, where the Hold the Line fundraising game was held.
I went to Thayer Academy too, so it's nice to be in this new rink here. To put this on for law enforcement has been awesome, and just a little way to give back, but do it something that's entertaining and fun for the kids and everyone who comes out, even us. I mean, all the guys and the pro guys and, you know, the cops who come out and play, everyone has a blast doing it, so it's such a cool thing. I think we underestimate, well, you know, what these people do every day, what they put on the line, their sacrifice for us, their families. It's, you know, we owe them all the respect in the world.
Yet, whether you're a professional athlete, first responder on the ice, or just a spectator out to show your support, not a person in the room could forget why everyone was there in the first place.
Because I'm from the hometown of Officer Chestnut, last year it really affected the community a lot. So just being able to give back a little bit, you know, we're just skating, it's what we do, so it's not hard for us, but it means a lot, and we're glad that we can give our time and be here for it.
So Nick, that was such a fun event. Emma and I had such a great time being alongside all the first responders as well as the NHL players. And I understand you are a Babson ice hockey player. You played college hockey, and obviously that sparked your interest in wanting to probably start militia hockey and start these charities. What was it like playing college hockey?
It was great. I actually did my first 2 years at Wesleyan University and played there. It was actually that sophomore year that I kind of came up with the idea of doing something similar to what I played in growing up in high school. And that's kind of what triggered the Babson entrepreneur type switch. So I ended up transferring my junior year, and junior, senior year, kind of, it forced a lot of it for me to grow up as far as, coaching change and accountability. I think kind of as a whole, it really was a huge piece for me. Moving forward on the business side, just as a person too, and the team atmosphere, it's you can't replace it.
In playing college hockey, what sparked your interest? Did you have any favorite players growing up as a kid? What made you want to get into that particular sport of all sports?
Obviously I don't remember, but I think that was just the strongest kind of, love I took. Again, I'm the oldest out of everyone, so there wasn't a ton of, hey, you have to play this. I played everything. As did any of my siblings or cousins, but my father was a goalie back in the day, so he definitely wanted me to play hockey. He's from Randolph. There was a couple of NHL guys that were from that time, so it was something that was on me early, and again, I think I just took that extra. I always say hockey's kind of the sport where people play all the sports, but if you're a serious hockey player, it's always kind of your number one, where you could play lacrosse or soccer or anything, and you could still be very good, but hockey, if you play it, that's your number one.
Well, thank you for coming. Sure. Well, thank you for coming in today. We appreciate you coming in and recapping and talking about your event. I'm going to kick it back to Emma because tonight is more of a highlight show. So, Emma, take it away.
Yeah, tonight is pretty interesting. I know that we have some recapping. We actually went and spoke with both Charlie Coyle and Matt Grzelcyk about some of their favorite spots to eat. Do you happen to have a guess as to where any of those places were from talking to the guys that night?
I have no idea, and they are the experts, so I will leave that to them. Fair
enough. Well, maybe we'll all get to go out and try some of these spots. But it was definitely a really fun night. Now, what's that process been like for you, transitioning from someone that just played to someone that now is kind of running a business? That is a very, very big difference.
Sure. No, I remember even my my junior and senior year, it was like, oh, this is great because, I'm making small money, but you're in college, so you're like, oh, this is a career, awesome. And then all of a sudden everyone senior year is talking about the job offers they have, and they're making crazy money, and you're like, oh, I am responsible for myself if I'm going to make anything close to that. So it kind of made me, if anything, just kind of buckle down that senior year. And really focus on it and see if there was a career. Had some good luck on the scouting side at the same time, working for the U.S. national program, and it really kind of catapulted at the same time with a great support team and all the right guys kind of along the way that I had played with. we're still kind of hitting that stride of, people that are my age that I played with in high school or college that all are going to have kids eventually and, hopefully come and play for us, where all of our competitors all have already kind of had that happen, where the guys that they went to school with they already had that whole wave of kids coming through. So we're excited for the future and everything that's got in store.
And how do you, kind of keep up in training and playing hockey? Are you part of like any leagues or teams, or do you have a group of guys that you still go and jump on the ice with?
Oh yeah, we do kind of the basic men's league at Thayer. So we skate there once a week, and then every Saturday, we do a mean 3-on-3 league where I get my best 5 or 6, and my brother gets his best 5 or 6, and we duke it out there every single Saturday.
Oh boy, okay, so you versus your brother. So who would you say, in your opinion, is, with, the holidays right around the corner, of course, who would you say is the better player?
Well, luckily for him, he's a goalie, so it's tough to compare.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
He plays out now, so he's actually an emergency backup for the Bruins, so that's pretty cool, that whole experience that they've been doing where they rotate and, you never know when you get that call.
Oh, that's so awesome. Now, you guys, I'm sure, both, Alicia and Nick, the holidays are coming up. We all have our plans, right? The same thing that we do every year. Do you guys have big plans for the holidays that you can tell us about?
Well, for Christmas, so being Italian, Christmas Eve is is really big with my family. We do the 7 fish and all that, so that's it's a feast on Christmas Eve. But other than that, just trying to relax. I love going skiing, so hopefully going skiing a couple times throughout the holiday little break that we have. But that's about it, just relaxing.
Nick, what about you?
Yeah, so we were actually talking about it pre-show, where it's funny, we've done the same thing for 20 plus years, and now all of a sudden everything's changing a little bit, where people are getting engaged and you're having new people in the family and so on. So we'll do some of our traditional stuff on Christmas with our close family, and then this year for Christmas Eve we're going to be hosting at our house, kind of both families, so we're excited for that for the first time.
All right, and Brittany, what do you think? What this year for the holidays, what's going on in your household?
Actually, guys, it's my birthday this week, which is kind of exciting. So yeah, the 19th is actually my birthday. And as a kid, it was always interesting for me. And I actually just had this talk the other day with Gordy Gronkowski, who I was out with last week. And him and I were joking around about the fact that when I was a kid, I used to kind of get screwed over when it came to gifts, because people would hand me a gift and say, Britt, this is your birthday and your Christmas gift, because I was born 6 days before Christmas. So Gordy the other day says to me, Britt, well, you should have celebrated on Thanksgiving then.
Oh, geez.
Uh-oh. And then him and I were joking around about the fact that I used to have to do ice skating parties, and he likes to celebrate, obviously in the summer. His birthday's in the summer, so he used to do pool parties and stuff like that. But for Christmas this year, it's going to be very low-key, chill. I'm also Italian, so we do like the 7 fishes and get the family together on Christmas Eve. I'm going to have Christmas gifts for my dog, which I'm sure you're going to have gifts for your pup.
So excited. She's getting spoiled this year because, okay, so Christmas, we got her literally like the day after Christmas. So we're kind of torn because we're like, well, we don't know if we should be doing like her gotcha day, if that's like the more important, like big thing, or if we should be doing like the traditional Christmas. And then like, is it fair to my mom's dog if we spoil her with gifts? So we have a lot. So Shandy, if you're listening, shh, but no, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And so do you have plans for Decker?
For Decker this year, I have a ton of gifts for him, and I'm just going to let him rip them to shreds. He has a good time. We usually give him one at a time, and he does a good job at it. Last year, we had a Christmas tree, and we would hide the gifts from him, and we would take one out at a time and just let him do his thing and run around and put them in a corner and go back and get the next toy and open it up. It's just interesting because my dad's always like, we want grandkids, we want grandkids. I'm like, Dad, they're not coming for me anytime soon, so keep bothering my sister Brooke, who's married. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for the holidays and for my birthday coming up.
Yay!
Are you guys going to be playing any knee hockey at home? Do you guys have like the little mini hockey sticks? And
So we don't have the kids yet. Like I said, I'm the oldest, so it's kind of just been waiting for that to all get going. In our backyard, we got, a whole little tennis court hockey rink thing, and I'm just waiting for it. So
that's exciting.
So exciting, so happy. So I know that, we do have to take a little bit of a commercial break. But when we come back, we are going to be talking about, another awesome event that we got to go to just a couple weeks ago that we're really excited to share that footage with you. And then we're going to roll our 2019 highlight reel. So you're going to get to find out some of Boston athletes' favorite places to eat. Maybe you can catch them there.
At Bad Martha, we believe in 3 things: great beer, getting bad, and doing good.
Every sip of our premium craft beer is a reminder that there's a paradise out there where you can kick off your boat shoes, let your hair down, and leave it all behind. That paradise is Martha's Vineyard. And while there's a bit of bad in every drop of beer we brew, there's also a whole lot of good in every can or bottle we sell. That's because Bad Martha is built on a simple idea: community first. We're proud of our beer, but we're even more proud of the island that inspired it. So much that we built a second location, Bad Martha Falmouth. We hope you enjoy both just as much as we do, and join us on the island for an afternoon or in Falmouth for a slice of our homemade pizza. Bad Martha. Get bad, do good.
Rob Gronkowski here, ex-superstar in the game of football, and now I am in the business world. And today, I am proud to announce I am part owner with my brother of Ice Shaker. We're all about the grind. We are all about inspiring others to live a healthy lifestyle and be the best person you can be. And that's what Ice Shaker is all about. And that's what we are all about. And that's why we are here today. Because we are out there to live a purpose with joy, with passion, and to inspire optimal health. We are built on toughness. We are built on grinding. We are built on keeping your drink ice cold for more than 30 hours. Check us out. Proud brother, proud family member, iceshaker.com.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Herd Restaurant, conveniently located here in Metro Square, features locally sourced, delicious meals created by a multi-talented chef. Herd satisfies even the most discerning palate. We love to welcome you to come to Herd so you may eat, drink, and spend time together. Watch for specials on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter feeds at Herd on Main, and come visit soon.
Tired, you know.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We are excited tonight. We have Alicia Capone and we have Nick Taziopoulos in here tonight. That, in case you missed that first half, they gave us some very special announcements. Alicia announced her engagement, which was incredible on the field at Gillette Stadium. And then Nick and then his beautiful fiance are expecting their very first child, which is always exciting and so happy. So we have a lot to celebrate going into 2020 as we wrap up this year from 2019. Brittany and I both had the opportunity a couple of weeks ago to go to a really awesome event. And as you guys know, we do center around, charity and athletes giving back in their community. So we did team up with the Andruzzi Foundation. Most of you know Joe Andruzzi did fight his battle with cancer, and he decided to take his experience and give back to others. So we're going to go ahead and roll that tape from their 12th annual fundraising gala. We're here at the Joe Andruzzi Foundation Gala. This is the 12th annual gala being held here at Gillette Stadium, where tonight we have learned so much about the foundation and just how much it gives back to those in need.
And the Andruzzi Foundation is absolutely incredible because the money doesn't actually go to research, it goes directly to families in need. Star-studded, packed here tonight. We have people like Joe Cardona, Tom Curran from Nesson. Everybody's here. We're going to show you guys the behind the scenes.
Any chance you get to support, a fellow lineman and then a fellow Patriot, it always means so much.
When I was sick in 07 and, I was down and out, lost all my hair, lost about 80 pounds, and, it was one of those things where, so they call it chemo brain because you don't remember a lot, and I don't remember a lot, but I remember being able to laugh and smile, and for me to walk around and to have fun with patients and families and to spread smiles and to show them a Super Bowl ring or 2 or 3 or 4 always brings out a great smile on their face.
Joe Andruzzi Foundation founder and wife to the Super Bowl champion Jennifer Andruzzi says one of the most challenging aspects of battling cancer can be the crippling bills.
Joe was hospitalized for 50 plus days, and every day I was there probably once, twice, and you're in and out of that parking garage. You're paying to go in, you're paying to go out. You're paying for all these extra expenses, and at the same time you have all of your expenses that you are accustomed to.
My beautiful wife is Tracy. 5 years ago, and 7 months into our marriage, Tracy was diagnosed with breast cancer. As her caregiver, I now had to juggle high running emotions as well as a 50% reduction in family income.
Nobody plans for cancer. Cancer finds you, finds anybody. We're there to step in to help pay with those home end bills that sometimes forgotten about. Mortgage, rent, utilities still need to be paid, and the people that are putting money aside just to not pay for their medication but pay for food on the table, we want to step in there to help them pay for that food so they can get their medication.
Everyone here tonight can play just a small part in that, just by buying a raffle ticket to watch a Patriots game. I mean, just that one specific donation can help someone on a huge level.
We had an amazing time here tonight at the 12th annual Joe Andruzzi Foundation Gala. Star-studded, packed here at Gillette Stadium, and we know that the Patriots kill it on and off the field, right, Emma?
They really do, and the fact that the Andruzzi Foundation brings so many people back in year after year, doing so much for people in their community. I mean, when you look at, what they've done, they've been giving back to cancer patients, not, just for research or, for anything other than just giving back directly to them so that they can continue to pay their bills and take care of themselves while they're undergoing these very serious and draining treatments. So it's a wonderful thing, but again, that's what the Patriots organization stands for. So we're very grateful to be here tonight, and what we're going to do right here before we close out is have you take a look behind us. This is what Gillette Stadium looks like at night. Why don't you take a look for yourselves, and we'll see you next time. That was a really fun night. And it was really awesome to talk with everybody there too, because I felt like everyone we talked to was so passionate about it. And watching the speeches, I know we included some of the clips from the speeches, but they hit you right in the feels. I mean, it really got you to see what exactly this foundation does.
And we're actually super excited. We don't want to get too pumped up, but we are trying to get either Joe or Jen, or both of them if we can, in studio in 2020. So we don't want to get you guys too excited, but we are working on that, and we would love to have them in studio talking about upcoming events, because we had so much fun at that event.
And the really nice part about that event was, as we mentioned in the video, there are a lot of, companies that do give back to cancer research, which of course we fully support and are so excited that, there's so much that exists now. But they kind of took it a step further. And I loved when Jen mentioned, she said, we're coming in and out of that parking garage, and, we're paying for all of these different things. But, when you think about it, they were in a position where they were fortunate enough that they could do that. But for, the normal average person that's living in New England, they may not be as fortunate to be able to pay that and then still make their rent. And when the gentleman was speaking about his wife that was a teacher when she was out of work, there was it's really hard. A lot of people depend these days on two incomes, or if you're on a single income, how do you take care of even yourself without having any kind of income coming in, and on top of it to pay these ridiculous medical bills that come out, because cancer treatment is necessary and very, very expensive. So I love the fact that they decided to take it one step further and give back.
Yeah, I agree. It's incredible that the Andruzzis, with their own experience dealing with cancer and dealing with such a terrible disease, that they, although they aren't giving back to research itself, which we just discussed, if somebody has an issue paying their mortgage, or if they can't pay a heating bill, or if they need money to buy a new car to get to that treatment, that's where the Andruzzis step in. They essentially are like family members. They directly give money to specific families in need. Instead of giving it directly to research, it goes to a specific family and helps them out directly, which is pretty freaking awesome if you ask me.
And especially around the holiday season, it can be a tough time for people to try to, come up with, money for all the gifts for everybody, and do everything that you're supposed to kind of do, or that you think you're supposed to do around the holiday season. Everybody kind of wants to meet up for brunches and stuff, and it's really great and it's fun, but for someone that's going through something really difficult, it can be a very, very challenging thing to try to get through. So we're very happy that they're doing so much to give back to their community. But what I'd like to do right now is talk a little bit about the things that you guys have planned for 2020. I know that we've kind of spoken with both Alicia and Nick about what they've done so far this year, but we'd love to hear more about what your charities have planned for the upcoming year.
Thank you, Nick.
Such a gentleman.
I know, seriously. So Strong Her, we have an event this February already booked, 2020, with the Girl Scouts of Eastern Mass. They're one of our partners, so it's actually a day-long workshop. So it will be our first day-long workshop there. So that's super exciting. And our goal is just to make a lot of, friends and partnerships throughout the community in New England, expand not just in Massachusetts, but in New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire as well. My sister, like I said, lives in New York, so our goal is to try and get, some stuff rolling down there as well. And yeah, just keep spreading the love.
Yay! Love it. And then Nick, what about you guys? Are we planning for Hold the Line 2020?
Yeah, no, of course. Similar to the Andrewsies, I think it's really cool how you kind of pick and choose where to directly put that money, and we kind of do a similar thing here at Hold the Line. So we have actually this year, or very recently, Officer Greiska, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, it's so fresh, who had just passed away. He was a police officer in Waltham, and he had 3 children and a wife, and this is very recent, and that's kind of where we step in. And I've been in contact with a handful of Waltham officers already, and between the law enforcement small circle, but the hockey circle as well, it really overlaps. And it was crazy how quickly I could get a couple officers' numbers just from family or friends that played hockey, whether it was high school or college, that are now officers. So they were super quick to respond and all excited about this year's game, and things like that. We have Quinn, who the whole Mighty Quinn from Weymouth. That's a big piece too, where they'll definitely be involved to some capacity for this year's game. And it kind of never stops. That's kind of where we stand, is you can't predict these things, and that's why we want to be there.
And then do we know, kind of a roundabout, just to give our guests, because I know that we were fortunate to attend this year, can we give our guests kind of a roundabout of when we're thinking that they can kind of look out for ticket sales?
Yeah, no, it's usually always that third week of August is the game. We kind of time it with when the pros are kind of on their way out, finishing their family time, and obviously, playoffs will run through June. So you have a small window, but we've always, for a good 5 years, been able to get those NHL local guys who have never had a problem making time for this, for sure. So whether tickets usually go on sale some point in July, but for sure that third week of August.
Guess who's coming on I'll give you guys a little tidbit so you guys can get excited. Guess who's coming on our show sometime in January? He actually plays in your hockey tournament.
Who's that?
Dougie Smith!
Oh, there we go.
Dougie Smith is coming on, and I'm super amped up because he has such a great personality.
He's the best. Oh, yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that out there. You guys can get excited for that sometime in January. Dougie Smith will be coming in studio, and if you guys don't know who he was actually the reason why they created the movie Goon. So he has a really awesome personality, and he's a first responder in the area.
So we obviously, like we mentioned, we have some bloopers and behind the scenes that we have from working with, a lot of local athletes, kind of like we had mentioned earlier. So right now we're going to roll that highlight reel. That does include some behind the scenes from the Hold the Line Foundation event. So we're so excited to share that with you. We're going to roll that 2019 highlight reel, and then we're going to keep an eye on the comments to see what your favorite moment was. So let us know. Nickname Sweet Bee come from?
It came from my high school creative writing teacher. We were doing like our senior skit. Well, he was doing the senior skit, and he just kind of randomly threw it out there. Didn't really use it at the time. And once I got drafted, my agency thought I should change my Twitter name, so was the first thing that came to mind. And that's, yep. So that's how it all started.
When you go back home for like Thanksgiving or Christmas, what do you like to eat with your family? What are some of your favorite meals that you like to eat?
Everything they cooking. You don't get to go home that much, so everything they cook, you gotta eat it.
What's some of your favorite things, like mac and cheese, pizza, ice cream? What's your favorite dish?
I say for sure mac and cheese with like diced up ham. Diced up ham in it is pretty good.
Did you eat Jimmy's? I know Jimmy's is like a Boston slang thing. So
Yeah.
Do you call them sprinkles or Jimmy's?
Jimmy's.
100%. It's Jimmy's all the way.
Yeah, I grew up with that. I used to have, just a vanilla ice cream from Jimmy's, and then I graduated to
Chocolate or the rainbow?
chocolate.
I like chocolate.
I'm chocolate. I can't do the rainbow. Yeah, I can't. I'm sticking with the chocolate Jimmy's, but and then I graduated to the I love Reese's peanut butter cups. So Reese's Blizzard and Dairy Queen was like a staple. We go like at least once a week in the summer, maybe twice, 3 times.
Right now, I'd have to say the Monument. That's kind of a new place the last couple of years. It's really good Sunday brunch. Sometimes I go there with my mom. My brother's my father, so I would have to go with that.
Tresca, we've really had a good year this year. My favorite dish is that bone-in veal chop Parmesan. It's like a 16-ounce veal chop.
In Marlboro, my favorite restaurant to go to is Jake's. Jake's restaurant is a small little diner. Unless you live in Marlboro, you probably don't know about it. But I've literally been going there since 3 days after I was born. My mom took me there instead of going home. We went straight there because she was craving French toast. And now when I go there, I'm telling you my favorite food is French toast.
I know that eating poutine is like a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Was that one of your favorite things?
No
growing
question.
up?
As soon as I cross the border, as soon as I get home, we definitely have a poutine every single time I get back to Canada.
So what exactly is on top of that? I know it's like French fries with like gravy and like cheese.
Cheese curds,
You just
yeah.
describe this to us because I've never had it before.
Oh no, it's must eat. So now they've got fancy with it, but I'm a traditionalist. So I just go gravy and cheese curds. The more cheese, the better. Obviously, always. That's standard in everything.
Nice and
everything in
hearty.
life. Yes, nice and hearty. But now they do pulled pork. They have all kinds of fancy things. But again, I stick to the original.
Okay, so now we have way too many places that we need to go and stop at some point and go grab a bite to eat. We have a ton of recommendations.
Watching that just made me a little bit hungry. Like now that it's cold out, I want some poutine and some French toast.
My
What about
husband
you
said
guys?
he's cooking dinner right now, so hope it's good.
Hey Jacoby, make us some French toast and poutine. We're coming over.
All right, so what about you guys? What are some of your favorite foods?
Ooh, I always ask people, if you had to have one last meal, what would it be? Mine's a burger and fries, like a good burger, juicy burger and French fries.
And where does that come from for you?
I love Boston Burger Company.
All right.
Yeah.
So I've been saying the same answer since French class because it's the only thing I could pronounce, and it's steak frites.
Ooh, okay.
But steak and French fries, or steak and mashed potatoes, you really can't go wrong. I'm also 100% Greek, so pastizo is a huge go-to for me.
Ooh, that's good.
What is postizo? Can you tell us what that is? It sounds actually really good.
It's kind of, Google kind of images will give you a better description than I can, but it's basically like lasagna, but with meat and a little bit less cheese.
Oh, actually, I know what that is. With like
very
the
good.
thick noodles. I
Yep.
know because one of my best friends back in high school and college used to be Greek, and she
Oh,
used
yeah.
to eat that, and they used to cook the lamb outside for Easter.
Yep, the full rotisserie lamb. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love all these answers, guys. I love this. Well, as it always happens, we are now wrapping up when it feels like it's way too soon, but already this time has flown by. So we are going to leave you with a little positive pop. Just in time for the holidays. Of course, everyone's talking about their New Year's resolutions. And, my suggestion is try to do something that, instead of focusing on like, oh, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to spend less money. A lot of people say those things. Focus on something that genuinely grows your soul. Listen to yourself and kind of try to see if you can kind of Marie Kondo your own life. Focus on the things that make you happy, that make you grow, that make you be better as a person. Focus on those things, hone in on what those are, and don't let them go. The best resolution I ever made was years ago to spend more time with my best friend, and I have not looked back since, and I wish for you guys to make resolutions that do the same for you. So thank you so much for sticking with us as we wrap up this holiday show. We will see you guys all in 2020. Thank you so much for watching.
Happy holidays, guys.
Happy holidays.